Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to create evidence-based lesson plans using something like Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, or any other LLM that you want. Now if you want to save a ton of time and just get right to it, I've got a link set up for you under the description below the video. Simply click on that and you can immediately get started. But if you want to create your own template for creating a lesson plan and include certain things, I'm going to show you how to do that in the second part of the video. So let's get started. Make sure you've gone to the description below the video. There you'll find a link titled Evidence-Based Lesson Plan Template. Click on it, it'll take you to this Google document, and if you want to get started immediately, just go ahead and click on the following link. That will then take you to ChatGPT, and the page should look just like this. Click here first, and it's going to ask you for the number of minutes you want the lesson to be, as well as the standard topic, question, or concept you want students to learn. So I'm going to type in 50 minutes. And then I'm actually going to pull a question that I want ChatGPT to address, in which only 48% of students got the correct answer. And this was from the released questions of 2024. So I'll paste that in and I'll hit the arrow button. All right, so ChatGPT has created us a 50-minute lesson plan, understanding units of measurement, smallest to largest. Now let's talk about the components of this particular lesson plan and what makes it evidence-based. You'll notice that it provides you with a learning intention, success criteria. It provides you with a lesson hook, which is where you're activating prior knowledge. It gives you the effect size of the strategy it's asking you to implement, as well as the amount of minutes approximately you would spend on that particular component. We'll then go into the mini lesson part of the lesson plan, which is direct explicit instruction or modeling, or otherwise known as the I do. Again, gives you the effect size. It also tells you what you can say, what you can do, and questions you can ask. As we move forward, we will go into the guided practice, the we do portion, and then into independent practice or the you do portion of the lesson, and finally the reflection. And then at the end, I'll ask you, is there anything else you would like to add to this lesson, such as scaffolding, formative assessment, or movement breaks? Now, you're going to get a lesson plan that saves a lot of time, but you may not like exactly what it gives you. So let's talk about how we can change it. The first example I want to give is the actual lesson hook. Now you'll notice that it tells me what I can say to students, but maybe that's just not enough information that I need. So I'm simply going to go into the chat box and ask it to give me a more detailed script. Alright, as you can see, ChatGPT has answered my request. Again, I asked it to give me a more detailed script regarding the lesson hook component of the lesson plan. So it gives me a much more rich script to follow, as well as questions I can ask my students. It gives me a hands-on comparison that I can use with my students. And then it gives me a bridge to the lesson where I'm connecting previous knowledge to new knowledge. So you can do this for every single component of the lesson plan to ensure that you're meeting the needs of your students, as well as meeting your needs as an educator while saving tons of time. Well, now you know how to create lesson plans quickly and effectively by just clicking on the link that I provided. But what if you want to change the formatting of the lesson plan and create a template of your own? Well, in this part of the video, I'm going to show you how to do that. The other thing I want to talk about is, what if you run out of tokens? In other words, if you're using ChatGPT and it says, hey, you've used up your tokens for the day, what then? Well, in this next part, not only will I show you how to change the template, but how you can use a free version of Gemini to continue to make lesson plans and not have to worry about running out of tokens. So let's jump in on that. Let's talk about what can we do if ChatGPT says we've run out of tokens, or we simply want to use another LLM like Gemini. Well, we can do that quite easily. All you'll need to do is copy and paste this lesson plan template, paste it into Gemini, and then what we will do is ask it to address the same question that ChatGPT did. All right, so I have uploaded or pasted the template into Gemini, and I have asked it to give me a 50-minute lesson plan to give students the knowledge and skills they need to address the following 4th grade math question, and I've pasted the math question in. So let's hit the arrow button and see our results. Okay, so Gemini has not disappointed. It has given us a lesson plan regarding the same math question that we pasted into ChatGPT earlier. It gives us a learning intention, the success criteria. Now the format looks a little bit different, but the content remains the same. It talks about how we can engage students with learning intention and success criteria. Now this was a little bit different than ChatGPT, so you can already see some differences between the two. It gives a lesson hook, the I do, the we do, the you do, and the reflection, as well as asking you, should you want to scaffold or provide formative assessment or a movement break, you can do so. And again, you can do the same thing you did in ChatGPT. If there's a component of the lesson plan you're not happy with, simply type in the chat box to tell Gemini how you would like to change it to best fit the needs of your students and your planning. Okay, so we've used ChatGPT, we've used Gemini, but again, you can use any other LLM that you wish. But what if you want to change the actual template to better suit the needs of your students as well as your personal preferences? Well, that's easy to do. Simply make a copy of this Google document, and then you can make any change you want to within the template. But let's talk a little bit about, well, what makes this one evidence-based? And what are the components of the lesson plan? Well, the components are really 7, as you can see outlined here. And then when it comes to evidence-based, you have to give any LLM like ChatGPT or Gemini background knowledge on what you want it to do. So for example, let's look at success criteria. In this case, I asked ChatGPT and or Gemini to base the success criteria on the work of the Clarity for Learning book. When it came to, for example, creating strategies for activating prior knowledge or the lesson hook, that's when I provided websites that ChatGPT or Gemini could possibly pull from or reference when creating those strategies. And I did the same thing for each of the components of the lesson plan. Now again, these components are based upon the work of John Hattie, Robert Marzano, and other researchers. But you have the ability to manipulate this template to fit your needs, the needs of your students, as well as hopefully to save you a valuable time. I hope you found this video to be very helpful. Again, whether you use Brisk, Gemini, ChatGPT, or any other LLM, you can create efficient, effective, evidence-based lesson plans in just a matter of minutes. And if you've got great ideas to better engage students, then please share those ideas in the comments below. AI for Kentucky Educators is designed for everyone to come together and help each other grow and become better educators, creating more enriching, engaging learning environments for our students. Can't wait to see you at the next video.